Black women need to let go of this in 2026 or they'll never get married. This video is specifically for the women who desire a family. They desire to break cycles of divorce and pain and trauma, and they want their lives to look a lot differently than it does right now. If you are a woman that fits within that category, I'm here to tell you why it is that you need to let go of your expectations in 2026 or you'll never actually get married. And if you do, it might not be to a person that you actually want to be married to in the first place. One of the things that I want to say with my handy dandy notepad, because I can definitely get to rambling, is that as a woman who has recently gotten married, I understand what it means to sacrifice and to let go of my ideas of what I expected this whole ordeal to look like, and how if I hadn't have let go of my expectations, I never would have had the hope. I never would have had the reality. I never would have had the trust that I could actually be in a marriage that was healthy. Expectations are essentially anything that you place on an outcome, a person, a situation, or an event in your life that basically, if you expect it to go this way and it doesn't, you are essentially like setting yourself up for heartbreak. You're setting yourself up for pain, and you're setting yourself up for a life of continued disappointment. My first point is that expectations are really a need for control. If you are constantly putting expectations on how it is that you are going to find your spouse, how the relationship's going to unfold, and how every moment of the relationship is going to lead you towards marriage, you are ultimately saying that I need to be in control of my future, because really, I'm afraid that if I'm not in control, something bad's going to happen. And if something bad's gonna happen, meaning you guys break up or you don't get married, you're afraid that you're not gonna be able to handle that heartbreak. You're afraid that maybe even nobody else is gonna wanna be with you or love you in the way that you expect the person that is in front of you to be able to do so. I spent so much time expecting relationships to work out the way that I was being told they would work out by that person. And when they didn't, I became so angry with myself for believing and trusting in a person that constantly lied to me. So I understand why it is important to let go of your expectation and your need for control so that you can actually have what you want. It's really an act of trust that says, I'm taking my hands off the wheel and I don't have to control every aspect of this relationship. I can literally just let go and let life happen. My second point is that expectations are a setup for heartbreak. I once heard Myron Golden say, I don't have any shoulds or shouldn'ts for anyone else. I just have do's and don'ts for myself. And I thought that was so powerful that if you say, oh, he should marry me, his mom should like me, we should be further along in our relationship. All those shoulds are doing is bringing shame on yourself. It's bringing shame on your relationship, and it's bringing so many doubts to what it is that you can actually experience just by saying to yourself, I shouldn't be hurt. I shouldn't be disrespected. I shouldn't be heartbroken. And we all know that the reality is people don't walk around with a sign on their forehead and say, you're going to get together with me and eventually I'm going to end up breaking your heart. Eventually I'm going to end up betraying you. Eventually I'm going to end up lying to you. No, people present themselves the way that they expect to be liked and perceived in favorable ways. And it's up to you to recognize that when that person is not showing you the reality of who they actually are, not just who they telling you that they are, that then you can walk away. I firmly believe the greatest heartbreak that any of us will ever experience is the heartbreak of lying to ourselves about the person that we're actually with. But if you keep expecting, if you keep putting demands on the relationship, then it's easier to say that that person didn't meet your expectations. It's easier to blame them for the downfall of what it is that you are, um, wanting to have happen. It's easier to justify all of the reasons why you're essentially in the right and they're in the wrong. But we all know that it takes two to tango. It takes two people to be in a healthy, happy relationship. And even when you're in a healthy, happy relationship, sometimes you may feel heartbroken. Sometimes what it is that you are experiencing in life isn't panning out the way you wanted it to. And that in and of itself can be heartbreaking. And so if we know that there are so many ways that we can end up heartbroken, even without you trying to, why would you set such a high expectation on another person or the outcome of a relationship that could ultimately end up hurting you even more so? Just by what it is that you're thinking up here. Just by what it is that you're telling yourself, and just by what it is that you are holding on to. Time is flying by. We are already in August of the year 2026. How much more time are you going to spend wasting having expectations for something that you know isn't actually going to happen? Or even if it does happen, do you really want it? Or are you just married to what it is that you have in your mind? If you want to be married, if you want to be in a happy, loving relationship, I can promise you this, you have to let go of how you expect everything to work out. It's not you. We as humans don't even use the full capacity of our brain. So whatever it is that you're thinking is going to happen in your current relationship, or even when you get in one, I can guarantee you it's not going to work out like that. Not completely. There's no way that you're ever going to know that. Just make sure that your expectations are not leading you to heartbreak. I got one more point. Expectations make it hard to trust God. Expectations make it hard to trust God because you have now either become the God of your life, or you have made that man or person that you're dating, you have made them the God of your relationship. And it's such a convicting moment when you recognize that you are in the driver's seat of your own happiness, of your own life, and you are driving yourself off a cliff. You're driving yourself crazy. If you're really honest and open to what it means to trust God, then you have to surrender and know that He has your best interest at heart, that He will give you what you need when the time is right. And you don't have to expect anything else than to show up, to be your beautiful self, to keep growing, to keep learning, and ultimately take the pressure off of yourself and the expectations that you're putting on your person, on yourself, on your family, on your life that simply just aren't coming to pass. In 2026, more Black women need to let go of the expectations that they have for their life to look a certain way, to be married by a certain age. We'll get into the fact of having kids or not having kids in another video. But as a woman that had to understand that I needed to let go of expectations in order to be happy, in order to really be loved, in order to accept myself, I'm telling you, I want you to be happy. I know that you deserve more. I know that you have a vision in your mind of what your life can look like. And I promise you that just because what you are experiencing right now doesn't look the way you expected it to, does not mean that you don't deserve good things. Good things are coming for you, you beautiful woman. Good things are coming to your future family. Good things are coming in your career. Good things are coming in your life, but especially if you are a woman that wants to get married and that wants to even do so before the end of 2026, I encourage you, let go of your expectations, let go of the need to be in control, let go of the heartbreak that you feel like will come if you don't set those expectations and don't have control. Trust yourself to make good decisions. Don't go at relationships alone. And more importantly, I will always tell you that you are not just pretty on the outside, but you are worthy on the inside. And if you can take the expectations off the table, you'll be able to have the life that you always dreamed of. I hope this video helped you, and I will see you again in the next episode.